What's up, my fellow anglers? Welcome back to the channel. It's your fishing buddy here to give you the lowdown on what to expect out on the water for Monday, the 27th of October, 2025. I've scoured the internet, pieced together all the puzzle pieces, and let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be quite intriguing for fishing across Ireland. We've got a blend of autumnal conditions that could really fire up some of our favorite species. Stay tuned, because I'm going to share some actionable tips that could make this one of your most memorable fishing trips this year. You won't want to miss my little trick for targeting those big coastal predators. All right, let's dive into our forecast by species. For those who love the thrill of the chase, pike are definitely on the menu, especially in our inland waters. Late October is prime time for these aggressive predators as they bulk up for winter. You'll want to focus your efforts around deeper drop-offs, submerged weed beds, and structure like fallen trees or bridge pillars. The slightly cooler water temperatures will have them moving a bit slower, so think about presenting your baits accordingly. For tackle, I highly recommend using dead baits. A smelt or a small mackerel fished on a simple ledger rig can be deadly. If you're into lures, large soft plastics, slowly worked along the bottom or overstructure will also entice a strike. Wobblers and spinnerbaits retrieved at a snail's pace are also worth trying. Remember, in cooler water, slow and steady often wins the race. Next up, for our sea angling enthusiasts, let's talk about ace. Friends, October is historically a phenomenal month for bigger bass, particularly along Ireland's rugged coastlines, from Cork to Kerry and also along the east coast. These strong fighters will be actively patrolling. My advice is to focus your efforts on deeper channels during low tide, where fish might concentrate, and don't forget shallower, rough ground, where bait fish seek refuge. For shore anglers, fresh peeler crab or lugworm on a pulley rig is incredibly effective. For those who prefer lures, shallow diving crankbaits or even surface poppers, especially during low light, can produce fantastic results. And let's not forget about cod et. As we head deeper into autumn, from late October into winter, cod fishing really picks up, especially from the shore. Areas around south coast estuaries like Yohall in County Cork, Benoni Beach, and towards the shoreline at Waterford in the southeast are excellent spots. They'll be moving closer to shore to feed. Best baits for cod are crab, lugworm and mussel. Fish these on a strong bottom rig, casting into deeper channels or rough ground. Patience is key, but the rewards can be substantial. Now for the conditions that make all the difference. Let's break down the theoretical base for our forecast. The weather for the 27th of October 2025 across Ireland is looking relatively mild for this time of year. We're expecting daytime temperatures to reach between 10 and 13 degrees Celsius, dropping to around 9 degrees Celsius overnight. There's a chance of isolated showers in the morning, with rain spreading from the west later in the afternoon, clearing away from the south and east by evening. The wind will likely be a moderate southwesterly breeze. Atmospheric pressure is predicted to be relatively stable, which is always a good indicator, as sudden drops can often put fish off their feed. These mild, relatively stable, and mostly dry conditions for parts of the day are fantastic for fishing, allowing fish to settle into a more consistent feeding pattern. In terms of water temperature, the sea around Ireland in late October hovers around 13 to 14 degrees Celsius. Inland freshwater systems will be slightly cooler, but generally remaining above 10 degrees Celsius. These temperatures mean that many species are still actively feeding, but their metabolism has slowed down compared to summer, making them a bit less frenetic, but often more predictable in their feeding windows. And the moon phase, a factor that always intrigues us anglers. On Monday, the 27th of October 2025, we will be experiencing a waxing crescent moon. The illuminated surface of the moon will be around 29 to 36%, and the lunar cycle will be 5 to 6 days young. While the full and new moons are often associated with peak activity due to stronger tides, the days immediately following a new moon, as the light begins to increase, can still stimulate fish activity. Many anglers believe a waxing crescent brings a moderate but steady bite as fish adjust to increasing light. So, considering all these factors, my friends, the overall fish activity, For this time of year in Ireland sees a general shift towards aggressive autumn feeding patterns for predatory fish. Pike, bass and perch are definitely in feed-up mode. Brown trout also remain active, but please remember that many native trout fisheries might be closed for spawning season, so check local regulations. My clear assessment for the 27th of October is a good to very good fishing day. The stable atmospheric pressure, mild for the season temperatures, and the actively feeding predatory fish, combined with a generally favorable waxing crescent moon, point towards solid angling opportunities, especially for species like pike, bass, and cod. Just be prepared for those scattered showers from the west. Well, that's my forecast for Monday, the 27th of October. I truly hope it helps you land some fantastic fish. Remember, nothing beats time on the water, so get out there and enjoy. I wish you all a successful trip. And as always, tight lines, my friends. No tail, no scales. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments below. What are your plans for this week? And what's your go-to bait for late autumn predators in Ireland? Share your observations and let's keep the conversation going. See you in the next one.